Today we're going to take a look through Compost is Cool, the latest nature guide from Nature Supply Co. So this one's called How to Compost and Build Your Own Bins. This goes over 4 composting methods with tutorials on how to accomplish each of those methods. Just like the other guides, there's a What's Inside page with page numbers and the topics, a few helpful books which are linked, and then we move on to the issue with food waste. So this talks about all kinds of facts on how much food is wasted globally, why this is bad, why this happens, how we can prevent it, just in general, what the problem is and what the solution can be. This is a Save the Food, Save the World food infographic. It has some facts, some of the ones that you'll see in the issue with food waste article. And then down here, it talks about all the different labels on food, like use by, sell by, best by, and expiration date. So these are all very different, and many people don't know what they actually mean. So if you educate yourself on these terms, then as a whole, as a society, we can be sure that we're wasting less food, but also staying healthy and staying safe with what we put into our bodies. All right, the next page is all about compost. This discusses in general what the 4 main methods are, why composting is helpful, and some more information and details about that. And then we have a Compost is Cool infographic. These are the 4 methods that this guide goes over and teaches you how to build. So there's open air, a tumbler method, vermicompost, and a bokashi bin. So this gives you a little bit of some nice illustrations and some information about those methods. And then we get into the breakdown of each one. So open air composting information, and then a how-to DIY to make your own. And then behind each of these methods, you'll have a poster on what you can put in that compost and break down into mature compost and fertilizer to use in your garden, and what you cannot. You cannot put the same materials and organic waste into all 4 methods of composting. So it's important to know the difference. They all have their benefits, but then they all do have limitations and restrictions on what you can safely compost. So next is tumbler. You've got the information, the how-to DIY, and then what you can compost, can and cannot. Bokashi, the how-to DIY, and then the same page again, what to compost in the bokashi bin. Vermicomposting, how to make your own worm bin, and then the same thing here, what you can and cannot put in it. And then at the back of the guide, we have 2 pages on frequently asked questions and troubleshooting tips. So if any point during reading the articles of the different methods or trying to create your own method of composting using the DIY, you come up with a question or a problem, or something's not going properly, something new arises, and you're thinking, what is this? How do I handle it? All those types of things will be answered in here. So we've got, why does my compost stink? And then the answers and the solutions for each method. How long does it take for kitchen scraps to turn into compost? What is compost tea and how can I use it? What composting methods can I do indoors? Can I compost in winter? Why are there weeds in my compost? How do I keep animals out? And then if you're choosing the worm bin vermicomposting method, why aren't my worms eating my food scraps? So this is a really well-planned and cohesive way to get into composting. There's a method for everyone. It doesn't matter if you live on a large property or if you live in a small apartment in the city and you don't have green space. No matter where you live or what your budget is, you'll be able to find a composting method that is perfect for you, and you'll be able to help better the environment and waste less.